Here we go again, another Star Wars project on hold, and this time it's a Rey movie. Honestly, who thought bringing her back was a good idea? The sequel trilogy already divided the fan base, and now they're doubling down with more Rey Skywalker. It's like they're trying to piss off what's left of the fan base. The last thing anyone wanted was more of that rushed, half-baked storyline where she magically becomes the last Jedi without any real training or development.
Right, it's like Lucasfilm is stuck in this endless loop of bad decisions. The fans have been begging for something new and original, but instead we get this mess. They had a perfect opportunity with The Mandalorian to take the franchise in a fresh direction, and what do? They let Filoni turn it into a Clone Wars spin-off. And now they're back to the same tired formula legacy characters and bloated budgets, and don't even get me started on the script issues. If they can't get it right after 4 drafts, what makes anyone think this movie is going to be any good?
Exactly, and the fact that Stephen Knight has been stuck on this script for over a year, that's not just a minor issue, that's a full-blown disaster. Kathleen Kennedy is clearly micromanaging the hell out of this, and when she's involved, it's always a mess. The guy's written 4 drafts, and Kennedy keeps giving him notes. How many more improvements does she think the script needs before they realize it's just not working? This is the same kind of chaos we saw with Solo and The Rise of Skywalker, and look how those turned out.
Kathleen Kennedy has become the kiss of death for Star Wars. Every project she touches turns into this overblown, overmanaged disaster that alienates the fans. Honestly, it's like she doesn't even understand what made Star Wars great in the first place. Instead of giving fans fresh stories and new characters, she keeps recycling the same ones that nobody cares about anymore. Bringing Rey back isn't going to fix anything. It's just going to remind people of why they hated the sequel trilogy in the first place.
And it's not just about the characters, it's the whole approach to the franchise. Disney won't even greenlight a Star Wars project unless it's guaranteed to make $1 billion. So what do we get? Bloated budgets, overblown expectations, and a rushed production schedule to meet unrealistic box office goals. They're treating these movies like assembly line products instead of what they should be: epic, well-thought-out stories. If the focus was on storytelling and not profits, maybe we wouldn't be in this mess.
Exactly. They've forgotten that Star Wars became a cultural phenomenon because it was a good story first and foremost. The original trilogy wasn't trying to be a $1 billion juggernaut. It was an adventure that resonated with people. Now it's just a corporate product, and every time they screw up, they expect fans to forgive them because they slap a familiar name or face on it. But fans aren't stupid. They can smell the desperation. And at this point, even the diehards are getting fed up with it.
And honestly, the worst part is that they don't seem to be learning anything. Every time there's a new project, it's the same formula: announce a big character return, throw around a massive budget, and hope the nostalgia will be enough to carry it. Except it's not working anymore. People are tired of seeing the same old faces without any real story behind them. Rey's return isn't going to bring people back to theaters. If anything, it's going to remind them why they left in the first place.
Yep, and you can already see the cracks forming. This movie hasn't even started filming yet, and it's already delayed with all the script issues, creative differences, and constant meddling from the top. It's clear this project is on the verge of falling apart. And what's Disney's plan? Just keep throwing money at it and hope it somehow turns into another Avengers. Newsflash, Star Wars isn't Marvel, and the fans are way more vocal when you screw up. If this movie even makes it to the big screen, it's going to be a train wreck.